Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So on the first update of the day, this is the latest from Rafael Brandão, and I heard that Rafa actually had the same virus as Horse MD and also had pneumonia prior to that, so Rafa was starting his offseason a bit late, being a bit sick. But he looks incredible here, and he's already qualified for the 2022 Mr. Olympia, winning the Arnold Classic South America, as well as the Romania Pro. And as I've said, Rafa is one of my favorites. And as far as the aesthetic guys coming up, Rafa and Samson will probably be the top two, knocking at the door for, maybe their top 6 or top 8 at this year's Mr. Olympia. Now, with the next update of the day, this was posted up by Charles Griffin about 4 days ago. Charles is going to bring an incredible package to this year's Mr. Olympia, guys. Mark my words. Charles is probably going to be in at least their top 8, top 10. I think he's going to be higher than where a lot of people are expecting him to place. And Charles actually posted this up. I'm not sure exactly when the picture on the left was. Maybe when he first turned pro or potentially even the pro debut. But Charles Griffin with this vacuum, man, incredible physique. And this could very well be one of the best front relaxed pose we have in men's open bodybuilding. But I'm excited to see this guy hop on stage, man. I think he's going to shock some people. Now, with the next update of the day, this is the latest from Hassan Mostafa. Hassan will be competing in the Orlando Pro tomorrow. Hassan seems to be on track to come in condition once again. Also, from his recent updates, he's looking like he's going to be better than Puerto Rico Pro, potentially get his second pro win here in Orlando. But it's great to see Hassan finally being able to nail it. Every coach doesn't work for everybody. Chris Aceto isn't a bad coach. I've been hearing a couple people bash him. AJ just works better for Hassan. Now, right when I was posting up this video, Andrea Presti did post this up in one day out from the Orlando Pro. Incredible physique, guys. Very pleasing to the eye. This guy from the front and from the side, dangerous. From the back, he still needs a little bit more size, but Presti could very well, be as high as second at this show. Could he push Hassan? I mean, you never know, guys. Was he pushing Blessing or Waterboy in New York? Now we're going to talk about Fabian Rabia. Now, Fabian just switched over from the Classic Physique division. He went to the Puerto Rico Pro and did not make the top 5, but this guy has an incredible physique. He's just going to need a little bit more time to stack on some mass, but as you guys all know, I'm always a fan of the more aesthetic guys coming over to men's physique. Now, in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Hunter Labrada. And when I first seen this, Hunter looks a bit bigger than what he usually looks. If you guys remember, he was catching a lot of flack online for him drinking a lot of his meals, so maybe it's possible that Hunter actually switched his routine up a little. Midsection looking a little bigger than usual. Overall, Hunter looking bigger than what he usually looks in the offseason. Hunter is a guy that usually stays very conditioned. He's still conditioned, but a little bit bigger in my eyes. Now, the next update of the day, this was posted by James Hollingshead a couple days ago. James will be competing in the Arnold Classic UK. And just honestly, what I see in this side chest, James has an incredible side leg, but he is going to need a lot more thickness in the upper body to be competitive with the top pros. And as you guys know, Hassan will also be doing the Arnold Classic UK. And in all honesty, it's going to be very, very hard for James in a pose like this to stack up against Hassan. Hassan is just so thick, heavily muscled. James definitely needs to add more size to the upper body. Now, in the next update of the day, more updates from Quinton Araya. Updates every single day from this guy. 5 weeks out from the Tampa Pro. Excited to see him hop on stage. But as I keep mentioning, he just needs a little bit more time. I want to see the upper body get as hard as his quads are. As you guys can see, the quads are pretty much on schedule, but the upper body still seems to be a bit soft. I honestly think that this is going to take a little bit more time and muscle maturity. And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Vlad Sukaruko at 1.5 weeks out from the Portugal Pro. This guy, very conditioned, very, very huge. Only thing I can say about his physique is he has a wider midsection, so he may want to try what Hassan and Nick Walker do. Instead of elongating the waist or the torso in this shot, maybe crunch down, it will probably look a lot better. But the vascularity in the quads are just insane. And I'm ready to see this guy hop on stage, Is he going to punch his ticket to the Mr. Olympia? Now, with the next update of the day, these are the latest updates from Bryan Jones. If you guys don't remember, Bryan was actually a top 5 guy in the Classic Physique Olympia, maybe in 2020, I think. And Greg Doucette actually had him placing as high as second last year. But Bryan decides to go up to the open division, and this is pretty much the most recent updates we've seen from him in the last couple of months. Incredible physique. He's just going to need a little more time to bring that back up. And we also want to see a little bit more detail in the hamstrings. And as you guys can see, this is a guy that gets knocked for the calves a lot, but I'm always for the more aesthetic guys coming over to men's open. And, maybe with all of these more aesthetic guys, maybe they could change the face of the division. Who knows? Now, in the next update of the day, I actually took this from Regan Grimes' YouTube channel. You guys should definitely go over to his channel and check out this video. But he was doing a workout with the lifetime natty, Dana Lynn Bailey herself. But we really can't judge Regan in opposing comparison against her because he honestly looked like Mr. Olympia. But I'm excited to see Regan on this year's Mr. Olympia stage. His last two showings at the Arnold Classic and Boston Pro weren't the best, but I think him and Milos can bring a very special package. Now, in the next update of the day, huge shout out to Rep 1. Actually got this update from them. This is Fabian Mayr and 1 day out of the Emperor Pro. So Fabian will be competing tomorrow trying to punch his ticket for the Mr. Olympia. And you guys should definitely go over to Rep 1 on Instagram or YouTube. This is a very long video. I only took a small segment from it. Fabian, incredible, extremely conditioned. The only thing I noticed about his physique, he does have a slightly wider midsection, which could potentially hold him back against guys with a smaller waist. But incredible physique nevertheless. Now, in the next update of the day, this is a small one, but this was posted up today by Keone and Pearson. Keone is about 5 weeks out from the Texas Pro. Incredible, man. 3D, bubbly, some of the best genetics in bodybuilding today. And in all honesty, as I said numerous times, I believe Keone Pearson and Derek Lunsford have two of the most eye-pleasing physiques, in bodybuilding today. And honestly, hopefully in 3-4 years, maybe 5, we can see Keone and Derek battle it out in the men's open, man. That would be an incredible matchup. Both of these guys structurally very similar, maybe even the same height to a T, but Keone, incredible bodybuilder. Now, in the next update of the day, this is Bryan Balzano. Bryan actually won the Indy Pro in the 212 division. Incredible. And no one ever talks about this guy. We have so many people in the IFBB, and everyone is just focused on the top guys. If we want the sport to grow, how about we talk about more people that are in the sport? But Bryan looks incredible in the offseason here. Slightly wider midsection, but this guy's heavily muscled and gonna be at the Mr. Olympia. And ending this video here with a picture Milos Sarchev put up today. I believe I was over on Superset Man's channel and I was saying how Milos Sarchev has better lines than anyone competing in bodybuilding today. And Milos' highest placing at the Mr. Olympia was 10th place. You guys could arguably say Hadi Chupin is the only guy that has this level of detail, but this was a 10th place physique, sometimes lower than that. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think anyone competing in the Mr. Olympia stage today has more separation, more detail outside of Hadi Chupin than Milos Sarchev, who was about a 10th to 14th place finisher at the Mr. Olympia on the average? Now, I'm not saying a lot of these guys, Nick, Ian, they wouldn't beat Milos, but does Milos have better separation, more cuts than anyone on a bodybuilding stage today outside of Hadi Chupin? As always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, man. If you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from GOAT Fitness. I'm out.